The first time I walked into a gay club, mind you, this is after 27 years of living in a conservative, in a Catholic family environment. I finally am able to go around and express myself and be around my people. And instead of having that feeling of, finally, the only thought that I had was, get me out of here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hello, welcome, hi. My name is Francis. I used to be a Catholic priest, and now I'm not. You can imagine how controversial my channel is. But I'm just here expressing my opinions on things, sharing parts of my life, and hopefully showing people who are going through similar things that they are not alone. So as you can imagine from my past, a lot of the ideas that I had of the homosexual lifestyle, the gay culture, all of that was placed into a box of unnatural, selfish, worthy of hell. And although that I myself, through most of my life, was experiencing those attractions to the same sex, I never thought it was possible to live according to those feelings. When you are taught to think that a certain lifestyle is worthy of hell, you don't really find yourself attracted to it. As I grew up in this Catholic environment, I was confronted with ideas, especially in the seminary, of the true meaning of union, of marriage, of what love is. Not necessarily Catholic, but in a more philosophical sense. What is love? What is coming together with another person? What does all of that mean? And I took those ideas and I actually believed them. And a lot of them I still agree with. 3 years ago, when I began this new chapter, I went into it looking for those ideas, looking for a partner, looking for a stable union of two people who are mutually giving and receiving. I thought maybe one day I'll find somebody, fall in love with them, and eventually marry them, have a family, who knows? But that's where my perspective was, coming into the gay community for the first time. And I will tell you that on the surface, the gay community does not promote that. Judging the book by the cover, as one does at an introduction, I was faced with an environment of partying, drugs, indulgence, promiscuity, a bachelor mentality, cheating, instability, narcissism, over dominance and masculinity, or ultra femininity. Fun, love, happy. But that was all on the surface. And because it was superficial, and probably because of my age, I was 27, it did not appeal to me at all. Maybe you will say, Francis, you had internalized homophobia because of your past. And I understand that. I can see that perspective. Having been taught that a certain lifestyle is bad, obviously there are going to be remnants of those ideas, of those feelings. I get it. So because I knew that I had all of these ideas from my past, I thought, Francis, maybe it's time that you dip your toes into the water and see what it's like. Try something new. Maybe you'll find that all of those ideas from your past were actually just oppressive Catholic ideas. And then you'll see the truth. I was skeptical, but I thought, why not? And I will tell you, it took 0.2 seconds before I realized that I didn't like the temperature of the water. It was not what I wanted. It surprised me because when I was growing up, I had little exposure to a gay lifestyle, like the gay community. Very, very, very little exposure. I did try to look at TV shows or a movie with a gay character just to have some sort of exposure to another person who had a similar attraction that I had. The little exposure that I had showed me a lifestyle that I didn't really want, that I knew was maybe satisfying in the moment, but in the long term would just leave me empty. Shows like Will and Grace, where you have two very unstable main gay characters. One of them very flamboyant and going from man to man to man, and the other one who is constantly focused on himself, very narcissistic, at the same time trying to not be overtly gay, whatever that means. It's very confusing, but those were the stereotypes. There was also another show, Queer as Folk, and this we got the side of the gay culture that was all about partying, promiscuity, drugs, cheating. It was like a gay telenovela, soap opera. And then we could talk about pornography, but we all know what that involves, and that isn't a good representation of how one should act in real life. But it was surprising to me, because I know with heterosexuals, just because you see something on a TV show or a movie, that doesn't mean that that's going to be the daily existence, that that's in some way the culture. But with the gay community, a lot of the elements that I saw, those stereotypes in the TV shows and the movies, that's what I found in real life. That the vast majority of people, of gay people that I met, lived that type of life. And it was shocking to me. There was not much variation on the surface. Of course, it just took going a little bit deeper, and I found people that were gay, but had a lot of the same principles and ideas that I had. Being gay, for them, is not their only defining feature, or the most important feature. They're friends, they're partners, they work, they have a career, they have all of these personality traits, and they're gay. But it doesn't define who they are. I mean, how many heterosexual people do you know that after you meet them, they feel like they have to tell you, hey, I'm heterosexual? Not many. And that type of perspective, that way of being gay, appealed to me and still appeals to me. And I think it's important that people who are within the gay community, or who are coming into the gay community, maybe they just came out, that they see that everything on the surface, everything in media, all of that, that's not everything, and that's not the only way to be gay. You don't have to follow a stereotype. You don't have to be 40 and still going and getting yourself drunk Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sleeping around every night with another guy. You don't have to do that. That was a bad joke. That you don't have to feel pressure to act like others, to feel like you're a part of a community. That you can look for things like a stable relationship, a marriage, a family. You can look for those things. You don't have to wear rainbows. Sexuality is important, but it's not the most important thing. What's more important is your individuality, who you are, what values do you have, how do you act, what's your career. That's so much more precious than just knowing, oh, you're gay. It's so much more interesting to meet an individual than to meet a stereotype. Don't you think? There are so many variations to the gay culture, to a person who is gay, obviously. But everything that I'm saying here is speaking to the face, what people see, what the idea of the gay culture is. As I said in the beginning, I'm Francis. I'm a writer, I'm a teacher, I'm an artist, I'm a YouTuber now, I'm a friend, I'm a partner, I'm a son, I'm a brother, and I'm gay. Nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope that I at least sparked some new thoughts, a conversation. It's my opinion. It's okay. I'm allowed to do this, I think. I don't know. Please like the video, subscribe. If you think maybe it could help somebody, you can share it. I appreciate any sort of help from anyone. There's only so much that I can do alone. So, thank you. This is definitely not the year of going clubbing.